see if we've got audio. So when you talk, I just want to make sure I can hear you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Fantastic. All right. And we've got your screen, your fantastic screen of Tech Banditry. I love it. We've got little 3D printers. We got little. Oh, that's fantastic. All right.
You added this as a browser source, and the good thing about this browser source is when we do our next art stream in, I don't know, maybe next year.
in 10 years time. Yeah. At the birth of your third child. Yeah.
Yes. And then I just can reuse this link and it shows up on your stream without.
Oh, that's so.
God,
it's so great.
That's great with OBS Ninja.
I can't believe it's free.
That's great with OBS Ninja.
I can't believe it's free.
There's so many nice free tools. There's so many nice tools. Let's see. Okay, but before I start drawing some stuff, I need to show you something.
Please.
Because I think for like a half year now, I'm using very new cool tools for streaming, and some of them you might like. Maybe.
Oh, where's my chat bot gone? What is it? Am I not? Is the chat working? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why I don't. Oh, it's because I've got no viewers. That'll do it. We'll do it. I'm gonna try a test just to see if it shows up. Hello world. And there it is. Okay, good. All right, I was just making sure. Hello, worlds, as it turns out. Hello, Majestic. Majestic. I like that. Majestic. Welcome. Welcome. Not only first-time chat, but first person here. That's pretty good. All right, what do you got for us, Jack? You've got some.
Okay.
You've got some cool things to show off for me.
Yes. Let's see. Because that's like a trend right now that I've also picked up. You maybe have heard of VTubers, but before I say anything, I don't use a VTuber model. But I can just change
I don't know.
I just
your world is strange to me. I don't know that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm that hip.
It's like a 3D model for yourself that talks, and you don't need a camera. And they've got really cool animated anime characters and designs. But I'm using a very simplified version of that. I'm just sharing my OBS window. I'm not.
So they're like virtual. They're virtual characters or virtual avatars.
Okay. So on stream, you now should see. Yes, my desktop. I have this. You see this wolf.
I'm trying. What the hell?
And it talks when I talk. And the thing is, it just needs 4 pictures. One with eyes open, eyes closed, and 2 more with mouth open and mouth closed. For each.
Oh my god.
And that's it.
Wow.
And you can do so much fun stuff with it. I made like one with a hat. One with a Witcher outfit.
Oh yeah, of course, because everyone needs an avatar, a virtual avatar with a Witcher outfit. Yeah.
One with a beard.
Nice. That's what I'm working on right now. Working on my beard.
I even made a commission for one.
Oh, that's good.
And one for Wendy.
Hey, it's Wendy with the giant eyes. Was it the Chibo? Is it Chibu eyes or whatever it is? It's like a design style. Chibi, that's it. Chibi. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's Chibi Wendy.
And another commission for another friend.
Wow.
And but I'm sticking to this.
And people will put this on instead of their own faces. Is that the idea?
Yes, I stream like this because I think it's nicer than not having anything at all. So you see something moving when I talk.
Right.
And I find it nice to not have to have a camera because it's more comfortable without a camera sometimes.
I die without the camera. If I don't have a camera on me, I'm like an actor. It's like a shark. If I stop swimming, if I stop streaming myself, I will just shrivel and die. Yeah.
I see. This might not be the best thing for you, but
Yeah.
I think
I don't want to be
for
replaced with a freaking, dog, wolf. Sorry, wolf. I guess.
yes, and
I should say some hellos. Anquiatus, obviously.
yes.
Interitus. Ooh. GB. See, they're already correcting me. Mandy2462, thank you very much. I did have a good Thanksgiving about 6 months ago, whenever it was that Canada celebrated it. Captain Catherine saying hello to Jack and chat. Happy Friday.
Hello.
I like Friday. Sarah Owen, that's amazing. See, you've got one seller, you got someone sold already. What a great, I mean, God, you're so good at finding these things. They're also just a good, like, little side hustle for you too, right? Like for additional work and stuff. Like, that's great.
Yes. That's really great.
Some Walia thinks those are really cute.
A little bit of money with these already. Because some streamers were, okay, well, I want some too. And then...
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's just the thing I love about the whole streaming and YouTube and the whole being able to broadcast yourself now is that it spins up all of these little economies around it as well,
Yes.
right? I mean, I've always loved that sort of entrepreneurial business thing. I've always, I've never really done it, but I've always loved I shouldn't say I've never really done it, but I've never really succeeded at it. It's just fascinating to me though what you can do with it, all the different marketing ways of doing these things.
Yeah.
So, Scooty, thank you very much. Shnoony, or I should say Shnoony, has just subscribed. Thank you very much. HR Pugs, hey, how you doing, HR Pugs? And Trevaro's here. Oh, there you go. Trevaro says that they just started using this week. What is it called? What's the tool called?
I posted in chat.
Oh, you did? Oh, very good.
Also, okay. I'll post it
in our chat?
It's called Viado in the stream chat.
Okay.
Oh, God. Viado Tube Mini. And it's also completely for free.
I like it. Which means you're paying the price. What is it? How do they make money? How do they make money with these things?
A lot of people, when you go to the download page, it gives you the option to also donate instead of just
okay. Well, that's cool.
for free.
Well, that makes
sense. A lot of people, I think, give a little bit extra.
I do that all the time. I'm like shameless about that because it's like the Mastodon server. I got on this Mastodon server. I don't know why I ended up on nerdculture.de, but it's literally like a German site. But which then promptly got filled up, by the way, which I hope is not my fault. But the first thing I did was like throw $50 at the guy because I was like, this poor guy is going to get stuck, or woman, or whoever it is going to get stuck with, with all of my stupid postings. So, Trevorrow says they're going to pay later. I know that. Well, you know what? But that works too. Like I've definitely used stuff for a while and then gone, okay, you know what? I got to give these guys some money. This is crazy,
I mean, that's a fun little software.
And so what we were looking at there was the actual software that you used to design this stuff?
That's it's the software where you can load in the pictures. You can go like here and load in different kind of pictures. You need 4 pictures. One with, I said,
is it just open, 4? Mouth, just 4?
Just 4 pictures. Eyes open with either mouth closed and mouth open, and the same for eyes closed. And that's it.
Is there any advantage to doing more? Like, does the frame rate go up? Does it look more smooth if you put more images in? Or
you can't. No, you can just use these 4. Like,
I see. Okay, so in other words, to keep it simple, so that everyone can use it. 4 images.
Yes,
that makes sense.
You can draw your own pictures in Paint, and then you can choose if your character should go up when you talk or not, and even some moving like this.
Oh wow, that's too funny. So it bounces it around. Good Lord, yeah. If you've had a lot of coffee, you can just up the amount that it jumps around. And can you change that while it's live? Like while it's live, can you change these things? Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
You can even assign hotkeys for this, or hotkeys to change to other states.
I should assign my tech bandits the mission of like coming up with their own, so that when they talk, we can see them.
And the other thing, what I use is this one. I mean, you see it here.
Yeah.
This is you, and it lights up when you talk.
What?
and I find it especially useful if you have like 4 people in your voice chat,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Twitch chat sees like it just takes the Discord avatar you use,
Oh, that's
and
great.
and it just lights up when the person is talking, and it's super useful for the chat to
Yeah, that's smart. That's
see
really
who is who.
intuitive.
And you can also choose to let me see. You can also choose to display the name.
Oh,
I've got
nice,
this
nice, nice,
disabled
nice,
right
nice.
now, but it works.
That's great.
And
No, that's really
it's
smart because it just makes it more well, visually appealing, but also it makes it clearer who's talking.
and it's completely dynamic. So you log in. Now it says the name, and it's completely dynamic. So
Huh.
it just you log in with Discord, and it just checks which people are in your Discord voice chat, and displays them on stream. So you don't need to set up anything. It
Oh,
just shows the people that
wow.
are in the chat.
Oh, you have to send a link for
So
that too. That's awesome. Is that like a part of the? Are you a member of Discord, whatever it's called, Discord Elite? What is the Discord the paid Discord?
no.
This is all still the fake.
It's
Really?
just
All still the
it's
free
a
one.
free tool that uses just the Discord API to connect to the voice chat and sees who
That's
is in your
so
voice
smart.
chat and displays them into you.
So
Here
smart.
is the link. I posted it in the chat.
I love it. I love it.
I recommend it for every streamer. It's really, and the really nice thing is, wait, I show it on stream. It looks like this if when you set it up, and you can put custom images there. So if you would set up this for your stream, these pictures would show up instead of my Discord avatar.
Right, right, right.
So you
Wow.
could put your own like custom images that talk.
So wait a second. So you can put the talking animation into that Discord app?
Yeah, when I upload it there, it shows up on your OBS like this, because it checks
Oh, wow.
on this site which person uploaded their custom images, and it shows up in your OBS. It's
That
really
is
pretty.
really cute. Man, these are cool. These are great. Okay. More
Yeah.
things for me to play with. Well, I've
Yeah.
basically resigned myself to using Streamlabs at this point. I know they're apparently jerks and everyone hates them, but the reality is it's just so easy for me to add stuff.
It is.
and I feel a little bit guilty, but you know what? I'm gonna take that guilt and turn it into a little ball of cancer because I'm afraid I'm gonna go with it anyways. All right, I gotta find that link you put out for the other one as well. Let me see what we got here.
I will also send it to you personally. So
Okay, that's good.
it doesn't get lost.
So reactive. Okay, very good, fantastic. Okay, so these are some great tools. Okay, fantastic. So, how do you find out about these things? You just like goofing around on Discord, or or do people go like, hey? Do you have a lot of streamer friends?
Some.
Yeah.
Some. But most of these ideas actually come from what do I say ideas? Most of these things I find out myself.
Right.
I mostly look. There is a site. It's called itch.io, where you can upload like little softwares, and you can filter for like Twitch tools. And I think somewhere there I found it. Or
Yeah, download the latest indie games. Itch.io. Yeah. I remember that. That's I for some reason we've been there before. For some other reason, I think Baz had some game that took off at the time. Okay. I just like to keep all the links. I like to look up. Excuse me. I like to look up the links because then I have them for show notes or just remember for myself later. You know? I'm really sorry. I'm tired because my dog didn't sleep last night. So Huzzah ran away yesterday. So the dog. I let the gate open a little bit. She took off, like in a very playful, fun way. She took off in the night and disappeared down the street. And I'm like, oh shit! I just lost my dog. So I went to go look for her, and then she came running back, and then I was like, get over here! And then you've changed your window. That's fine. So I'm like, get over here. She runs away again. In excitement, she runs under someone's porch and comes back chewing something that I don't even want to know what it was. But as a result, she was quite unhappy during the night, and so I had to let her out a couple times. Well, it turns out not enough times, because I came down to my lair this morning, and she'd made a lot of mess, shall we say. A lot of mess.
Oh, no.
So I spent the morning cleaning up this bloody dog. Not bloody, thank God, but it was a dog. So she's my most hated canine right now. I'm thinking about becoming a pet assassin. You know, for people who want to get rid of their dogs. people who have a pet that they can't get rid of themselves, but they need someone else to do it for them. I feel like I should become Hewlett, pet assassin, that goes in and takes them out for him. Because right now, that dog I just give her the stink eye every time I see her today, because she's in so much trouble. What do you mean, poor doggy? Sarah Owen, poor doggy? What about poor me who has to clean it up? Ugh. It's horrible. Horrible. Anyways, so that was my morning. So I'm a little off my game. Well, I'm always off my game. What am I saying? But a little more off my game than usual. Let me see if I put the chat on top of that. So, but I'm very excited about this. So, what have you got for us today? What are other than your insights into the world of streaming, which are fantastic?
This was just a little something. But now to the real thing, to Tech Bandit's art. I thought.
Look at
I
this.
thought you have a nice logo already.
But thanks to you.
Thank you. But I thought something is missing. Because where do I have it? Need to look at it.
I would say what's missing is the last 20 years of my life. How did I get so old so fast? That's what's missing for me. All right, and we should also let everyone know that JackJasra is. I think if I go like, don't we have a bot for you, JackJasra, that will automatically put up your information?
I think you. I remember that you made like a comment for me.
What was that? How does it work again? Was it exclamation or was it?
Maybe it was exclamation.
Is it JJ? Is that to it?
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you.
Look at that. I remembered it. Join my friend, one of our magnificent mods, and the Bob Ross of tomorrow, JackJasra, on his own fabulous art and gaming Twitch channel. There you go. Good. I haven't used that for a long time.
So there you go. It's now actually, and I don't say it for myself, but you can also use it for other people. There is a inbuilt shout-out feature for Streamlabs.
Oh, there is? An inbuilt...
For Twitch, sorry. Twitch has now an inbuilt shout-out feature. You can just make a / shout-out in the chat, and then the Twitch name, and it makes a shout-out message. And for people that don't follow there is like a window on the top of the chat that makes a follow button or something like this.
Does that work? So if I click... is that right?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes,
that work? And oh, that's great.
Yes, and
oh my God, that's
for
so much
people
easier.
That don't follow already, there's a window on top where you can click on follow. And even the best thing I like about it is that the people you shout out, they get a message on Twitch that you shout out at them, and how many people were there and something like this.
Well, James Gurney is also spamming the chat with his own, which I think he wrote himself, didn't he? Did he write his own as well? Wait a sec. Wait a sec. He typed in Gurney and it didn't work. Wait a sec. If I do shout out to is it James R. Gurney? I think it is, isn't it? James.
Yes.
James R. Gurney. He's got it. It's way too complicated for me. How's that? That didn't work at all. What did I do?
Oh.
Oh, is it a cooldown timer? There you go. The bot shout out usually does. I see there's a cool. I have to wait a minute. Yeah, James, wait a minute. For God's sake. Christy G. There's a cooldown for those shout outs. Yeah, James, I'm now painfully aware of that. Now that I've embarrassed myself trying to support your terrible Twitch streaming habit. Anyways, all right, sorry. Yeah, so you've got some so something was missing. Something was missing in my marketing campaigns that you are going to solve.
Oh God, what happened there? Yeah, I thought you have a nice logo, but I thought
Jack, I have the best logo.
text. But I thought you're missing like a text logo with just the text. You know? Sometimes you just need to showcase Tech Bandits.
I agree. And also takes up less space too. Yeah.
Yes, and I thought maybe something like this will work.
I love it. I love it.
Just, I mean, the tech in a bit more angular design. And
what do you think,
incorporated this and I say it often, but I love monochromatic logos.
Yeah, me too.
Because the thing what you can do is, I mean, even if you have like, where is it? Oh, even if you have a dark background, you can just.
Wow, that looks good too. That looks really cool.
You can just. I'm very confused. You can just.
It's the story of my life.
You can just use like a white logo, like this, and it also works.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's fantastic.
So I thought, I mean, this almost finished. You can get like 3 variants like this.
I love the Canadian flag on it as well. That's just a great touch.
I'm not sure if it works with the white. Maybe.
The funny thing is it works really well from a logical standpoint because the white it's the Canada's red and white, right? That's its thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe we could get the whole flag behind there, so like get a couple of patches of red on either side of it or something like that. But I kind of like the blood-like splotch of Canada. You know, we bleed for Canada. Not that we really do, but you know. Oh, Fuzzy Bumblebee! Thank you very much. It's Fuzzy Bumblebee. Thank you very much.
Maybe this is what is missing. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this. Copy.
Just checking my messages. My wife is still managing to check up on my online purchases, even though she's in England.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Ah.
Maybe something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really fun. Don't look at me, dog. I don't love you. That's very cool. Yeah, it's kind of hard. We lose a little bit of the red at the end, don't we? But I wonder if that's... I guess you could cheat it. You could cheat it in. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I mean, I know.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Actual flag, I think it should be closer to the leaf.
Look, yes. JackJasra's redesigning the Canadian flag right now. apparently he thinks it should be closer together. So, sorry, Canada, we got to change all our flags.
No, I mean, I've looked up a reference, and it's like this.
It is pretty close. Yeah. That's fantastic.
That's good.
You know, one of my other little nom de internets is Canardian.
Yeah.
Because I've always loved that, and I think it was God, was it Eric Valor? I think Eric Valor actually registered the domain for me or something. I remember that, or registered something for me that would relate it to that, because he was so taken with the idea of Canardian as the name. Who is sadly he's no longer with us. He died. I was horrified to find out about it, because it's one of those, you know how you don't talk to people for a while, like you're like, oh, I'll get back to them later, or we'll talk later.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course something like that happens. You suddenly get reminded, like, oh my God, of course we've got to be this. You know, it's so important to keep in track. It's really important to keep in touch with friends, because otherwise, you know, you risk losing them.
Absolutely.
Hey, old Uncle Angus. Good morning from Vegreville, Alberta. Vegreville, Alberta. The prairies. Let me guess. It's cold out there now. It's getting cold out here. I can only imagine what the prairies are like right now. Wow, that's the blood your team left on the field after their arse. Oh, come on, And Quietus. Come on, that's my Canadian team. I mean, hey, whatever.
Okay. Good. So.
That's a brilliant idea, though. So I can put. So this is a great little sort of like, what do they call it? Like text mark or text, like whatever it's called, that we could put in there. That's fantastic.
I mean, yeah, I send it to you in like every variant, like this.
Oh, did you?
And not yet.
Oh, you will send. I see. Right. I was like, God, he's fast. He's so fast. I can't keep track. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Let's see how this works.
Oh, that's
I thought this works well.
I love it because there's sometimes that I put the logo up, and it would be better to have the name up. You know what I mean? Really, like just from a quote unquote branding standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. I wonder if there's anything we could do to make it more raccoon-like. Is there something we could do? I don't want to overcomplicate it. I just wonder if there's something like this is perfect as it is. I just wonder if there's something. Is there anything we could do to make it more obviously raccoon-related?
Yes, there is always a way, but we just need to find it.
It's my job to make JackJasra's life more difficult. That's generally what I'm here for.
No.
Yeah. How much time are you spending on your own stuff now? Do you find that because of all the work that you're doing for the children's book company or for the book company, do you find that you don't want to come home and do your own stuff, or is that just even more exciting to come back and do your own stuff?
I think more exciting because the work is really relaxing. And
is it full time? It's a full-time job?
No. It's just like 10 hours a week.
Right. And you're still at school too, right? Are you still doing the school stuff?
Yes.
Oh, so that's So 10 hours a week is already that's digging into your time, anyways. But that's good though. So it inspires you to do other stuff as well.
Yeah.
You gonna do a graphic novel? Is that your next? What are you thinking next?
Oh, I wish I would.
My friend just did one.
I will show you. I will show you later what I'm working on right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, my friend did a graphic novel, and he did I mean, he's one of those maddening people who gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and writes and works out and does all, like, he's a monk. He's basically a monk. He always has been ever since I've known him. He just never stops. He's amazing, and his balance of life and family and stuff is incredible. Well, Vincenzo Natali, the guy who did recently did the Rats thing with, and he did a whole graphic novel on I believe it was Procreate on the iPad. The entire thing. Yeah. And he just he loves it. I mean, he just loves the ability to be able to do that stuff. Like he's got rid of every other computer and just uses the iPad. That's all he's like, that's it. If it doesn't work on the iPad, I don't want to know about it. That's it. But I think that might be the future. I know.
Maybe. Oh, hello, Njord. A friend of mine arrived in chat.
Yes? Who's that?
JackJasra. He's also a Jasra.
Another Jasra. Watch out. We got Jasras everywhere. And for some reason, I don't think has he shown up in mine yet? I don't think he's shown up in mine yet. My chat's always behind. James. So James Gurney's using Procreate as well. I just love it. I just love doodling with it. I find it a much more intuitive way of drawing now because you can have your layers. You can do. I mean, God, I absolutely love it. I mean, I don't do anything useful with it, but I actually use it sometimes to do the thumbnails for my videos. I'll just go and take. Oh, we haven't discussed this, Jack. Oh, I got a big topic for you. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
AI generated art.
Oh, yes.
What do you think?
Complicated.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but many artists are really mad at this right now.
Yeah.
because it also takes like these AIs also learn from artworks like people did. And
And
there are
style,
some
yeah.
examples where someone, I think, used some prompts and it looked almost exactly like the original artwork, and this is a bit frustrating when your art gets reused with AI. I mean, but
yeah.
but the technology is amazing.
The problem
I
is
have to say.
it's doing superhuman work, but it's still working a bit like a human, right? Like we're all inspired by other artists, right? I mean, there's no such thing
Yes.
as a truly original story idea. There's no such thing as a I mean, I guess there is
Yes.
truly original art, I suppose, but it's all everyone is influenced by art in some way, shape, or form. It's just that AI is influenced in an incredibly granular manner. Like it can dig down and pull out the concepts. It can pull out reasons why this is someone's art that we wouldn't even see in that art. So I understand artists' anger, but at the same time, I also just think like imagine how angry stock footage people were. Imagine how angry compositors are now that like there were whole teams of people whose job was to cut people out of images, and in movies and stuff that has been replaced by AI. It happens in some cases seconds. It's done for you. So I feel like there's a futility to fighting this. I mean,
there is.
At the same time, I suppose you should be able to. Should you be able to say, I don't want to be a part of the collection that's examined? But how do you do that? If your artwork is out in the world for people to see, then it's out in the world for people to be influenced by it. So why shouldn't the machine be influenced by it in the same way that humans are influenced by it?
Yeah, it's not only machines. I mean, a lot of people copy or use artworks as a reference, and there's not much that you can do about it.
Well, Banksy was one of my favorite artists. Just because I love the politics of his stuff. I don't always agree with everything he says, but I mean, or they say, I don't know who they are, but there was a Guess store in England, in London, and they put a big poster up of that one with that guy throwing the flowers. Like it looks like they're throwing a bomb, but they're throwing flowers or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was an iconic Banksy image. And Guess just ripped it off and put it in the window of their store. And his response was to tell everyone to go and shoplift there, and I think they shut the store. But probably not. I can't imagine law enforcement was loving that. But that was a clear theft of intellectual property. Whereas I feel like AI art, it's really harder to pinpoint that. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely hard, yeah.
As an actor, I make my living by appearing in things. What happens when they start? What happens when you can create a near perfect replication of me to sell things? Why would they hire me when they could just have someone who looks so much like me that it just reminds everyone of me? Or even they're talking about AI animation now. They're not even talking about it. It's now you're now able to do a certain amount of AI animation. What happens when I can type in Chris Helmsworth and Jason Momoa battle it out on the deck of the Starship Enterprise, in a Guardians of the Galaxy world? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happens then? Because AI will be able to create all of that given the amount of information there is on all those people, right?
Absolutely.
So,
but I think the trend is not only art. What I've seen recently was for the notes app I use this what's it called, Notion.
Oh yeah,
I think
Notion.
I maybe showed it to you.
Yeah. I think I downloaded it, and then it was just yet another thing that I was gonna play with and not get anything done.
Yeah, and I saw that they incorporated AI into their software. You can like make a summary of your text with AI or something like this.
Oh, that's
or
neat.
give you ideas. So like /AI give me ideas to write about fantasy, and they give you some AI generated ideas. And that was fascinating.
That is neat.
It's in beta, so I didn't get a chance to try it yet, but that what they showed, that sounded amazing.
I gotta say, I love the AI art as an inspiration. I'll see. So, like, a perfect example for me was, we didn't end up using it because it sort of wasn't available when we needed it. But excuse me, I've been using Midjourney, and I thought, just on a whim, while Jane's Swearing Jar movie was out in the theaters here, I thought, oh, I wonder what Midjourney would make of a poster for that. So I put in the actors, and I said, I wanted a guitar, and it was a swearing jar and stuff. And it came up with this image, and it had her with a hole in her heart that was replaced by guitar strings. And I was like, wow, because it does these weird things where it'll like try to squish everything together. Everything you say, it tries to squish it together into some human form or some other form. It can be quite creepy, actually. It's very sort of, it's very... God, what is the word? I mean, it's almost a Lovecraftian in its approach to art, isn't it? It sort of takes bits of people and sticks in half of a raccoon and throws them all together. It's got a tail. I've been chatting so much, I didn't even notice the tail showing up. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, man. You said maybe something more raccoony.
That's definitely more raccoony for sure.
Could work.
I wonder, though, if I may say,
yes,
it's a very organic tail, and I wonder if it shouldn't be more sort of angular, given the rest of the logo. Does that make sense? Yes. It's like the ears and the logo looks kind of chunky and technical, and then this looks, I don't know, it might help it integrate a bit more. I don't know.
But now that I see it, have you seen these images from AI generated people that shake hands?
Oh, they can't do hands? They can't do hands.
I have this picture right here. Wait, I show you. It's funny.
It's so weird. What? The only thing I can think is this. That is so creepy. It's so creepy. You could you want to do horror film? Just just type a few lines into a AI generated thing. Yeah, it really struggles with that stuff. Here's my theory on that. Tell me if you think if you think it has any validity to it. I think the problem with hands is they're almost always doing something. They're always like you're waving, or you're shaking hands, or you're holding something, or you're gesturing, or you're and it's just got to be so hard for AI to figure out what the hell is going on there. At the same time, you'd think that someone could give it some kind of a skeletal, say, hey, this is what they're supposed to look like. Figure it out. It's not going to have more than 5 of these. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There was an amazing example. They had a fish. They had a fish that they wanted to identify, that they were testing this AI on. They said, I want an image of this fish, and it got very, very good at finding this specific fish. And then when they went in to look at what the actual little pieces that were making up its decision that this was that type of fish, they found human fingers in the mix. And they're like, what the hell? I asked for a fish. Why do I have human fingers in here? What they figured out was, or what they assumed was, it was a trophy fish. It was a fish that people were catching and taking photos of. So often these fish would have fingers on them because the fingers were holding the fish, which I thought was just amazing how this thing, again, you don't expect, AI doesn't work like us. And that's fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate hacker. It'll do whatever it possibly can to hack the answer that you're supposed to get. Better not let that particular AI become sentient. They might start restructuring humans. Yeah, exactly. Look, JackJasra is already reorganizing the Canadian flag. So imagine what AI is going to do. What are you thinking, Jack? I like the tail. I feel like maybe I've overcomplicated it. What do you think? What do people think? Please let us know your thoughts in the chat below.
Oh yeah, absolutely. More thoughts are always good. Yeah, I'm not sure about the tail. I think
I might
it
have
would be
steered you wrong.
nice, but not that it looks like cat ears without a tail. That's my problem.
That's the only issue I have. That was kind of why I was going for why I was saying, is there a way to make it more raccoon-like? But I mean, we know it's a raccoon, so who cares? You know.
Yeah.
But God, that must be so frustrating. What if we do like something to make it more raccoon? A tail, fantastic. No, I hate it. Does it drive you nuts working with people on stuff?
No.
You like the process of doing that?
Yeah, I mean it's much like programming. It's a lot of iteration through ideas, and then when the right thing, it takes time to find the right thing, and it's good to be in in interaction with the person who wants the drawing, because they have almost
Always got an
every
opinion.
time the right sense or opinion for this. Yes.
Anquiatus says that's his diplomatic answer. That's so true. Isn't that true? That's diplomacy right there. No, it's wonderful. This is why AI will never replace human artists. See, right away, you've lost me. Old man Poco, I don't believe you can say that. Never know what they actually want, so their AI requests will always be janky. See, I don't know. Humans never know what they want, so the answer will always be janky. Well, I get, sort of. I mean, I feel like for some stuff, AI art is perfect. If you're someone who wasn't going to spend any money getting someone to draw something for you anyways, then AI is fantastic. You just you type in something that relates to what you want. All of a sudden, you've got like a frankly quite beautiful image that you need. But as you say, if there's something that maybe needs some more nuance and stuff, but I don't know, even then, I feel like the nuance eventually will happen with the AI, don't you?
They will, I think. I mean, if you think back to voice recognition software like here Siri or Alexa,
yeah,
I remember when this started, and it really sucked, and you needed to set it up like for hours so that the software can recognize your voice, and you need to say some words that it recognizes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You did have
really
to train
works. It really works well right now out of the box, and I think AI art also will get very, very good in time.
I think you're right. I mean, I think you raise an interesting point there. I mean, something like voice control or voice recognition, it needs to be 100%. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, oh well, maybe you get away with like 98% or something like that, but it basically needs to be all the way there. Otherwise, it's frustrating and it doesn't work, right? So we definitely, I struggle with a lot of the voice controlled stuff, especially these the Amazon devices, which just never get it right. My wife and I have to keep separating my wife from the Amazon device because she starts having arguments with it. It really struggles. It struggles with her accent, I guess, to some extent. But AI art, it doesn't need to be 100%, right? There's a level of there's a fuzziness to art that you can get to a point where you're like, yeah, that's what I want, and also an art is spectacular at adding things that you just didn't think of before, or you start reading into art that you didn't realize was there before, There's been a few suggestions to say could the tail become part of one of the letters or something? I don't know. I mean, the S maybe. I don't know. I feel like maybe we're gilding a lily here. Like I feel like maybe this is as it should be.
Maybe it couldn't take more space like this.
Oh, that's
this. It's interesting, but
I think it may be too complicated. Yeah. I mean, again, feel free to play with what you want to play with and not with what you don't, Jack.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So impressed on how fast Jack can draw and so well. That's because Jack is actually an AI. We're just going to call you AI JackJasra.
Oops. Oh.
When did you start drawing? What age did you start like sort of drawing in earnest? Or did you always, since you remember?
I think. Good question. Maybe when I was 12 or something like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And was there anything in particular that did it? Was there like a comic book or what
I mean, I always drew like some action heroes when I was a kid.
So basically, so pictures of me, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did, and that was based on superheroes that you'd seen in comic books, or was it movies, or what was there a theme?
I think the first character that I draw was like Mega Man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
And when I was a kid, I really did some Stargate drawings.
Did you really?
I think I think I showed you some.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were back from way back then, though.
Oh, I was like 14 or something like this.
Oh God, I'm so old.
Oh,
So
old. I feel old too.
You feel old. Shut up. You were watching me at 14. Jesus, I was like, God, how old was I when I was doing Stargate? I was in my 30s at least, I would imagine.
I mean, I'm a fan, but not as much as Njord that was in the chat before. He's a really.
Oh, like,
he told me he watches the whole series of Atlantis at least one time a year.
I know people do that. Like, I'm just like, wow, I'm so happy that it stands up to their scrutiny. But I like, that's terrifying to me. About like,
I mean, he said he lets it run in the background for his comfort series. I thought, wow,
I guess that
dedicated.
makes sense.
And I thought I was a fan, but he really.
There's always a bigger fan than you. It never fails. Yeah. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter how much you think you're the number one fan. There's always someone who can out-fan you. Always.
Yes. Always.
Well, hello, and thank you to them for that. That's fantastic. They're the reason I have a house. I do that. I cycle through Star Treks and Stargates every year. Oh wow, Mycon's doing the same thing. Wow. And is it the same thing, kind of like a background, you'll just watch it in the background type thing? I do that with Star Trek, just run it in the background for comfort. That's so funny. I watched the first episode of Lower Decks. Is that right? Lower Decks? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I thought was pretty good, actually. I just, weirdly, I've got to this point, I'm sorry, this is going to offend everybody now, but I've got to a point where I just kind of, I don't want to deal with any more franchises. I just don't want to, like, I don't want to see any more Star Wars right now. I don't want to see any more Star Trek right now. I feel like I want to see something new. I want something, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's so much sort of lore and merchandising and stupid business decisions behind all of these big franchises now that I just want to see something refreshing and new and different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even in this age where there's remakes after remakes, it's hard to find new franchises.
I still, like, to me, the most surprising and exciting science fiction discovery that I've made over the last number of years is Rick and Morty, which is just, it's insanely good science fiction, but it's
really good.
But it's also just absolutely obscene. But I mean, it's, but I can't get over the kind of the conceptual sci-fi that he delves into in the most asinine way. I mean, like, just like, this scatological, he was all farts and sex and,
it reminds me that I need to continue watching this. I think I stopped at season 3 or something like this.
I don't know where we're at. I think I'm up to date now. So, oh, that's cool. Look at that. That kind of works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. What do you think, Jack?
I'm
not sure,
but I think I like.
Does it need to look fluffier? No, I guess that's gonna get. I don't know. It's keep in mind that I'm looking at it in a screen on a screen, so it's actually quite small for me.
Maybe like this.
I mean, I kind of like it just because it sort of it kind of sums it up for me.
Yeah, and then it also loses the cat image. I think that's good.
Here's a crazy. Okay, let me ask you this, Jack. If you flip the S so that the tail is coming out the other side, would that potentially make it more tail-like than mistaken for a paw or something else, or you know what I mean? Like if you take what you've done and just put it on the top half of the S.
Oh.
Is that difficult? Sorry. The problem is I have no idea how much work any of these things are. So I'm like, what if?
Nice. Let's see.
Oh, Firefly never gets old. That's true. I've watched I've watched Battlestar. I mean, I'm trying to think what other things I've watched that I've gone back to watch again. Well, Doctor Who. You know what? I will go back and watch old Doctor Who's every so often, and I do love that. I mean, like the pre-relaunch stuff. I mean, the old Doctor Who stuff. You know what I mean? Every so often, just as you say, just for sort of comfort side of stuff, I suppose. Better Call Saul, yeah. And made you very upset, but it's very good if you like Breaking Bad. Interesting. So no spoilers, Captain Catherine, because Baz and I Jane and I are slowly making our way through Breaking Bad, which I absolutely love. I think one of the best shows ever made, some of the best cinematography I've ever seen on a TV show, and of course acting and all that, and writing and everything. But yeah, that's. What do you think?
Is this better?
I think so. I kind of think
it's better. I think it was a bit of misplaced on the bottom. Always. So.
You think it was better placed on the bottom?
No. I think it was misplaced on the bottom. I think.
Yeah, I think that. I love that. I think that's fantastic.
It's subtle, but it's good.
What I like about it too is that yes, it's subtle, but you just get this little black and white theme to the. Even though I know it is black and white, but you get a little black and white animal theme to it as well. So that's really fun.
And it still works inverted. That's the good thing when it's the logo.
Because it is still black and white,
on a
right?
dark
Exactly.
background. Yes.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Oh, you got something else? You thought of something else?
No. That's
Fluffy
great.
the cat.
I love it.
Hey, Fluffy, how you doing? I'm actually not doing a Discord chat with everyone right now, but I'm glad you're joining us. This is JackJasra. Jack,
Hello.
by the way, Fluffy the cat is one of our new tech bandits.
Nice.
Yes, and is a fine new addition to the tech bandits bunch. How is your Thanksgiving going, Fluffy the cat? What about the raccoon tail on the base of the B bottom left? B bottom left, and then it links. I mean, I like the idea, Fuzzy Bubble Bee, but I feel like Jack's nailed it here. I feel like.
I think this is better than was it like this.
Yeah, I feel like if it goes.
I think this is too much.
Yeah, I agree. It was a stupid idea, Jack. Why did you even think of that? But this last bit, yeah, I love the last bit. Yeah. Is it worth making it a little bigger? Like, do you want to try to make just maybe make the top of that S a bit bigger or something, or is that gonna throw it all off?
I mean, let's try.
It's worth trying it, maybe, to see what happens.
Yeah, always trying. Maybe like this.
God, it's amazing how you do this stuff. As someone has already said, it's amazing how fast. You know what I mean? It's good. Fluffy the cat's having a good Thanksgiving. Thanks. Yeah, there you go.
Thanksgiving. That's interesting. I always find it interesting when people talk about Thanksgiving because in Germany it just doesn't exist.
It's funny. There's a lot of debate on it, right? Because of course, we're Thanksgiving. There's a lot of sort of settler culture stuff now, where it's like, we came over, we took all the, we took everyone's land, and then we're giving thanks for the fact that God gave us all. It's like, what? I don't know if God's involved or not. I just assume anything in America generally has God involved. But Canada actually has a whole different time. So, look, this debates. We had a big debate this year about whether you should have Canada Day. Like, should it be like we're celebrating the creation of a country in someone else's country, basically? But I mean, it's hard to. I don't know. It's so hard. There's so much stuff. Politics, and all of this. All the colonialism stuff is just it's so frustrating. I still want to be an ally. I still want to help. I still want to be on the right side of history on this stuff. And I just I struggle with it all the time.
Oh yeah. I know.
I like the idea of adding Indigenous Peoples Day. Is there not already? I think we already have that here, don't we, Captain Catherine? I think there's actually like a week of that, which absolutely, of course, there should be. I mean, it was like that. That terrible. There was like there was a mass like shooting and basically like a bunch of people went in and just destroyed this Black American township. Basically, this whole area just went in and destroyed it. And it was sort of a combination of sort of racism and protectionism, for the white business owners in the area. And I'm ashamed to say I don't remember the name of it, but it's you want to hear the scary thing is the first time I heard of it, the first time I ever heard of Tulsa Massacre. That's right. Thank you very much, Terry K. The Tulsa Massacre. The first time I ever heard of it was on the Watchmen series. I thought it was a science fiction thing that they'd made up an alternative history. I thought they'd made up an alternative history for this show. That's how little I knew about it. That's how terrifying. And that like literally recently, like in the last 10 years or so. So, anyways, tired of reading about a new shooting every day here in the U.S. Yeah, Somalia. It is shocking, isn't it? Yes, I've heard Dark is good. Have you? You must have seen Dark.
No.
Oh, you have? Isn't it like a German show? Those are your people. These are your people.
Yeah, but German shows usually aren't that good. Usually.
Every country says the same thing about theirs, except America. Every country says the same thing. Oh, I love the little scientist with the little. I've seen this before, but I love. You were saying you needed an idea for another one, right?
Yeah, I thought I need more because this is the size for like a banner that you can put on. YouTube or Twitter or
that's what I'm thinking.
You need it.
That's what I'm thinking.
And I thought maybe you need more of this.
Well, it'd be great to cover some of the stuff that we're doing. Like I love that you got 3D printing, you've got biohacking, you've got what else do we have? Gaming. I guess this gaming might be another one. What other ideas do we have? What else do we talk about? AI. I don't know how the hell you draw that. Robots. Robotics. So you could have could do robot raccoons or something. I mean,
a robot raccoon. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you that sort of robotic looking angry Tech Bandits logo that you did for us a while back. I get comments on that T-shirt all the time. Oh, everyone's like, "Where do I get one?" I was like, "Dude, it's online." Streamlabs is also amazing for merchandise. They've got this great merchandise stuff that's available. But man, it's expensive. It's so expensive, though.
It's really expensive.
Well, and you have to charge so much to cover the PayPal and the shipping that I'm like, I'm tempted to just go like, all right, who wants a T-shirt? I'm going to buy en masse. Get a good T-shirt company just to send me like a shed load of T-shirts, and I'll just freaking mail them out myself. The problem is, I still have Tech Bandits coins that I haven't sold.
The good old coins, yes.
I've got a stack of these beautiful Tech Bandits coins, and they
are really great.
They're amazing. Did you ever get one?
No.
I suck.
Not yet.
I suck. Let me see if I can find it. There you go. So, I keep meaning to. I wanted to get it sorted out for Christmas, but I probably missed that already. But so that's again, it's if I got there you go. So that is one of JackJasra's amazing designs.
Oh, they look so good.
They look amazing. And then on the side it just says
really amazing.
like lifelong learning and what did I say? What did I write on it? I wrote lifelong learning on the side. I don't know why. I just kind of like that. And then it's the Tech Bandits / crossed out Tech Terrors. And then I have that. I think what's caught me up, what slowed me down, is that space I left on the coin. And the idea of that space was to be able to type a unique number on each one. Because I just love the idea of it being like a secret coin that you've got the only one. And I thought you could tie it to an NFT, not for monetary gain, but for the fun of having like you've got a digital version of your one and only coin here. And I just thought that was so cool. And the need for me to try to scratch those numbers onto it with a CNC to get my shit together to actually get that done has completely flummoxed me. It's the same thing with I was supposed to do telephone answering replies for people, and I got so caught up trying to optimize the process. Like, how can I get everyone a customized voicemail answer without it taking forever? Well, in the time it's taken me to try to figure out how to do that, I could have just recorded everyone's individually, one a day for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, point is I suck at scheduling.
Just need to have like pre-audio pieces, like, and then you just say the name, like.
But then how do you clip them together? But then how do you automate the process though of dropping each one of those names in, right? So you end up having to do a bunch of little editing things, anyways. Like, I have a bunch of them. I don't have all of them, but I have like a good bunch of them. I just didn't want them to sound like, "Hello, you've reached Frank." You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to sound good, and I guess once again, perfection is the enemy of good. In that I haven't done anything because of it. So, Terry K's like, yes, you were. See, people remember. People like, I feel, just so you know, Terry K, I feel horrible. I wake up at night going, God, how am I going to do that? I should be probably doing that instead of chatting, making Jack's life miserable, but all right, Jack, we have half an hour before I have to go and watch a football game and keep Baz up to date while he's at school, supposedly learning something. So what do you think? So other ideas for raccoons. Yes. What do we think? I would, you know what, if you don't mind, and if you're up for it, I would love to see you sketch. Like, I mean, I'd love to see you finish these up, but at the same time, I'd love to see you in the process of sketching some of these ideas.
I mean, this would be, I think, more exciting for you than finishing up. That's just
Jack. Just hanging out with you is exciting for me, but the fact that you're gonna like do your doodles while you do it is even better. So what do you think? I just
wanted to say, because working these things out is just work. It's just like algorithms when you. I mean, it's just.
Now you sound like an AI.
A little bit. I mean, it's just the same. I draw the lines a bit.
So you have a
beautiful, and then colors in. I mean, it
is an art, but you have a system for it.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. But sketching, that's the interesting part, and that's the important part. So you. I mean, that's the thing I'm missing right now. It's good ideas.
So what do you think? So so there's robotics. So we could do like robot raccoons. We could do AI. We could have like maybe a brain or something like a. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? Like a raccoon with its brain showing. That just sounds horrible. Gaming. So you could have gaming ones. You've done some gaming ones before, haven't you? I mean, so the gaming ones, I suppose you could pull from that. But what else is there? Microscopes. Ooh, microscope. That'd be a good. That's an iconic kind of a thing to see. A microscope and maybe a telescope even, because you could look. We're looking up. We're looking down. What do you think?
Okay, I just need to open this this robot raccoon just to remind myself.
There's a bunch of hello from Peru. And may the DHD be always in your favor. Thank you very much. Rusted Nick, thank you very much. And thank you for your first-time chat. Same thing, another first-time chat. Amy Kit, yeah, look at that, baby. God, I love that. That's the one. People are like constantly going like, dude, where did you get that t-shirt? I was like, well, actually, my friend JackJasra designed it. And you can get it on my... I think I took down the Spreadshirt one because we were having a hell of a time with that. There was all sorts of issues with taxes and... Oh, it was driving Jane crazy. She's like, stop earning money on the side. I was like, what? What? Now she's like, start earning money on the side. We got renovations done, so we're like as broke as we've ever been at this point. We got renovations done. They're fantastic. They did an amazing job. But the problem is that we got the loan. We got a home equity line of credit, right? So we got the loan to do it, and then of course interest rates have gone up from like 0% to 4%. So it's now costing us 4 times as much as it was originally. And God, the materials and stuff are in like a piece of plywood is like a mortgage payment now. Like wood is so expensive. So, anyways.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, we have like 2 fireplaces still in the house that we use for heating.
Yeah.
And wood, even for heating, is like 10 times more expensive than it used to be.
It's absolutely insane. Old Uncle Angus, have a good one. Enjoy your lunch. Ooh, lunch. Yes, thank you for joining us. A pleasure having you here. Rusted Nick is doing, looks like Pickle Ricks or some sort. Everything is expensive now. It's so true. Everything is expensive now. I'm sort of worried about a little worried about the future. I'm like, I know that the film industry, I don't know that it's slowing down, but it's as I get older, there's less stuff for me to do, obviously. But also I feel like that bubble, like the industry's been making these huge, expensive shows just to try to get eyeballs onto their channel. And I worry that can't sustain forever, especially in a recession. I worry they're going to start cutting back. You know what I mean? And also just society is so split right now on stuff.
But you know what got cheaper right now? I've noticed gas prices, at least here in Germany.
Oh, really?
Gas prices are almost back to normal here.
Well, don't buy it. Don't fall for it. They just want you sucking back that dead dinosaur. It's not dead dinosaurs, I know, but dead dinosaur plants. Do you have a car?
Yes.
You have. What do you drive? What kind of car do you have?
Mitsubishi Space Star. It's a really small.
I don't even know what that is, but I like the sound of it. It sounds like my Toyota Echo.
It's also a Japanese car.
Yeah.
It's a small car.
And what about electric? Is there a lot of electric cars there? There must be in Germany.
Oh, yes. I see them occasionally.
VW has a beautiful one, apparently. Apparently
yes.
They've got it. But I imagine it's probably expensive. Although it wouldn't be as expensive there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, even my car was a bit expensive last time because I needed new winter tires.
Oh, God, the tires. We still don't have a car. So we moved back to Toronto like 9 years ago now. And we still, and we thought, you know what? I said, like, let's just try using the subway. And we used the subway, we used Uber, we used car rentals. And it's a pain in the ass. But I'll tell you, I think it saves us a fortune. And certainly now I'm not buying a car. Cars
absolutely.
Are freaking insanely. You can't even get a car. Even if you had $1 billion to spend on a car, it's hard to get a car right now. So,
I mean, I would use subways and stuff, but you almost can forget this in this rural area here.
You have to drive. You don't have a choice.
Almost, yes. Yeah. I mean, there are buses, but they drive so infrequent. Like one bus, especially on weekends, is like one bus every hour or every 2 hours.
That's not. It's got to be. It's got to be like completely. It's got to be ubiquitous. It's got to be everywhere, and it's got to be. I mean, the TTC is pretty good about that. Although I got to say, even that, if I have to take like a train and then a bus, I'm generally out. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I'm like fine. I'll just take a car. I'll just Although Uber, oh my God! So Uber used to it used to subsidize the drives, right? So it used to be quite cheap to take Uber. So everyone starts using Uber. Well, now they've stopped doing that. And Uber is now very expensive. Very expensive. So, you know.
Yeah, there was here in Germany there was a bus service that was like a substitute for train rides to far places.
Yeah.
Was called Flixbus. I don't know if it's available somewhere else in the world, but this was really cheap. It was like around complete Germany. It was like $7, and it was fast. And
oh wow!
Now it's almost as expensive as train.
See, I feel like that's it. They get you hooked to it, then they're like once they've got enough of people using it and dependent on it, then they can up the price.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know how to deal with that. We're constantly expanding the subway here, even though we're behind by a lot. I mean, you know, I feel like we could have been. We have such a terrible traffic issue in Toronto as it is. I think a lot of cities do now, but. You know, it's difficult. Like rush hour is just a nightmare around here. There's not a lot of alternative routes. At least in LA, where the traffic sucked as well. At least there were alternative routes. You know, but so yeah, you just end up getting stuck in a lot of traffic. I find, but you know, look at that. There's my robot raccoon right there. One of the things you added that I just freaking love is the Jason Momoa scar. I just love the little scar that you added there. I mean, Jason's a little further up, but I love this. It's like a pirate scar, and it's just it just all of a sudden Tech Bandit seems so much cooler.
That's right. I mean, I took this element from the Iron Ham logo. I mean,
which is fantastic. I wish he still he calls himself Ham now. He's Ham.
No
Ham.
iron anymore.
I love that. That's another one of my absolute favorites right there.
Oh, thank you. This metally look. It's looking nice with the gradient here.
Oh yeah, of course you've got the crack in his forehead there. That's great. Yeah. That is good.
And I think I try to transfer it like to here.
Yeah. No, it's magnificent. I absolutely love it. I love it. Sydney, Australia is the best transit system I've experienced. Well, London is good too, but Sydney was awesome. Yeah, Sydney was fantastic, Sarah. We seriously considered moving to Australia because of our time in Sydney and Melbourne and a number of places actually. I love the raccoon. It looks so steampunk, isn't it? It is. It's like a steampunk raccoon. It's exactly it. Yeah. And now it's getting even more steampunk because it's turning into a full-fledged raccoon body. That looks pretty freaking evil. You're going to scare the kids, Jack. They're going to run
maybe
screaming.
It's because of the Lego hands. maybe
They're Lego hands. No, those are robot hands. I get it. Those are robot hands. Those are, like the problem is that robot hands for the kids these days. They're actually hands now. Like we're used to these little but the reality is robot hands now are like literally they look like hands. I mean, they're like Lego hands.
But when talking of Lego, I think I'm getting a bit of Lego for myself for Christmas.
Oh, are you? What you gonna get?
A Lego DeLorean. Have you seen this one?
No, really?
It's looking so great and has electronics in it and the flux compensator.
It's got the flux capacitor.
Yes, it's lighting up, and the whole DeLorean lights up blue, and the tires go on the bottom in flying mode. It's so great.
Should I ask how much it is? How much is it?
It's maybe 200 euros or dollars. Yeah. It's the same right now.
That is look. There's a Black Friday deals around. Let's see. Are there any deals?
You know what? I actually know some people that work at Lego.
Really?
And you know what they pay when they want Lego for themselves?
What?
They pay 50% less. They get 50%.
Wow.
And so I can.
There's so many beautiful things here. Have you seen the AT-AT? The AT-AT, the Star Wars AT-AT? It's $1,000.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm
And
guessing...
I mean, the DeLorean is nice, but even $100
I don't
is
see the DeLorean.
but it's great.
They
even did a movie, a little Lego movie to promote it. I just need to post it in chat.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, it's $250. Hard to find, it says. $250. Wow.
Okay, posted it in the chat.
Wow.
It's great, but it's expensive.
You know, of the ones that I'd like to get, I'd love to get the NASA Apollo Saturn V. I'd love to get the Shuttle Discovery and the Lunar Lander. I'd love to get all of those. I gotta say that Millennium Falcon looks so cool as well.
The Millennium Falcon is awesome, but I think that's too expensive.
Oh no, they're all too. I'm not buying any of them. I buy Lego figures. That's all I can afford is Lego figures, and even that I get.
I think the two things I would like are this one and maybe the Ghostbusters car. That's also looking awesome.
Oh yeah. The Ectomobile or whatever it's called. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty great. The funny thing about Lego is like we got this beautiful map of the world for Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, like it's all done with just the little dots, and you can basically do heat maps of the ocean and all this stuff on it. Yeah, we have built it yet. Like that's I was saying to the family, I was like, you know what? This Christmas we're gonna have to all sit down and do a few panels of that because it's nuts that thing should be on the wall. It's beautiful. Because these Gesundheit. I'm allergic to not being able to buy Lego. That's my problem. $289 says Fluffy the cat. Is that how much the DeLorean is? I bet you Fluffy the cat's into Lego as well. You know the other one that's absolutely beautiful. Have you seen the Eiffel Tower?
Oh yeah.
There is this gorgeous, like basically person height Eiffel Tower that's just gorgeous. The mask is almost the shape of a maple leaf. Oh, yeah, it is kind of. Interesting.
Yes.
Gesundheit. Thank you very much, Osmosis. 1979. One of my favorites.
I really love that it's a German word. It's established also in the English language.
Gesundheit. I say it all the time. People it's funny. It's not. I don't think it's used as much in Canada because people sort of go, "What?" But but my father always said it because we actually grew up in Germany, right? Like we not grew up, but we spent a couple of our young years in Germany because my father was posted out there with the British Army. And so whenever anyone sneezes in our house, it's Gesundheit. I also like it because I don't like God bless because what the hell? There's no God.
In which region? When I
it's a good question.
If I might ask.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking. They were in.
Or maybe some city names.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to think of the photo album and what was written on. You know what? I'll text my mom. Yeah, I'll text my mom. I'll ask mom. All right. Damn, missed a chat. Have a great stream. Ah, that's my wife. Okay. Okay, let me see. Where were we in Germany as kids? This is going straight to the mom right now. This is the Hewlett mom is getting a text right now.
Oh, cool.
I shall. All right, we'll see if she's sitting by the phone waiting for me to text her. That's probably. I just assume everyone is. That's generally the way it works. Hey, have we seen Cal? Have we seen Cal today at all?
I think not.
I don't think so either.
We're
gonna get Cal involved in something.
In English. Gesundheit is just the German word for health.
Health. Yeah, which seems like a silly thing to yell at someone.
It means it wishes you wish someone good health.
Hey, there's Cal. And look at that. Cal, who's always using your grumpy raccoon as her she's basically she's become the grumpy raccoon unto herself.
I love this emote.
How are you, Cal?
I also use this emote often. This is just a mood emote. It's good.
Which one is it? Which mood is it?
I think it's
How do you use an emote?
I mean, if you're like
Cal, how did you get that thing in there?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, Fluffy the cat's got emotes going. Are they turkeys? What do you got going there? Oh, that's someone. It's like someone praying or something. I don't know how you click on the smiley face in chat. You click on the smiley face in chat. Oh, I see. Hey, there it is. See, that's Cal. And then this is me. Always happy. Look, see? See? There you go. And then Dinosaur Dave has every freaking dinosaur on the planet. It's freaking awesome. I got to start playing with... No, Fluffy the Cat's found all of them now. Fluffy the Cat's now got all of the emotes going all the time. Coolest vid for the Lego DeLorean on Lego's site. Yeah. They've got a nice promo for it. Oh my God, the dinosaurs. Yes, please. How did Dinosaur Dave? Do people join your channel to get those dinos? Is that how that works? I'm trying to zoom in on your. I guess you have to make it that small. Can I zoom in on it at all? Let's see if I can do this.
I mean the picture will be in a huge size, so.
Yeah, no, just for myself because I'm blind.
Yeah,
because I'm old and blind, and also I broke all my glasses, so I'm using my old glasses that are glued together with super glue. I almost glued them to my face the other day because I put super glue on one of them, and then went to look. Like I wasn't really thinking. I glued them, and then I went, "Oh, I need to see how to put them together." But of course, I was using the glasses that I was gluing together, and I ended up gluing my finger to the top of the glasses. So. Woo, Fluffy the Cat. Holy mother of emojis. That is some serious...
Travaro, you want emotes, but you don't want to be affiliate. There are two ways. There are now follower emotes that you can set up. So those emotes are available to all your followers, but only on your channel.
Only in my channel. They can't use them...
Yeah, but not anywhere, but for free. Also, you just need to follow, and then you can use those.
Oh, great. Okay,
you might need to set those up.
Do I need to set something up? I'm not going to do it now.
I think you need to set something. Not now.
I break things while I'm streaming. That's what If I try to change anything, I lose the audio. That's basically the way it goes for me these days. It's 10 to 2. We're gearing up. I'm gearing up. I promised Baz that I would watch the game and keep him posted in case he was stuck in in learning school or something. But I'm gonna raid you, right? Are you gonna keep streaming?
Oh, I'm starting my stream.
Well, if you want to, you don't have to. I mean,
yes, of course.
I just figured, we've got 50 odd people who are enjoying your work. I think we should throw them over to you. Okay. Dino Dave says the two I know, the dinosaur emotes, paleontologizing and Smurfosaurus, both have a lot of dinosaur emotes. So that's good to know. So if you go and follow those people, is that right? You'll then get their emotes.
I think you need to subscribe to them.
God damn it! It's so expensive.
It's always so.
How do we subscribe?
Okay, well, now we have at least 3 elements. I think that's good.
Robot Raccoon!
Yes, and I mean, we can exchange them later. So I will finish this up maybe another day.
You do whatever you need to. Yeah. Don't there's no whatever. I would love if you could get me the word mark or whatever it's called. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, this one I will send you.
I'll start throwing that.
Stream.
Yeah, and if you've got whatever options you think I might use, that'd be amazing. I'll start throwing it around. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then I will work on these. Maybe if you want to be there too, we can make another art stream.
We should totally do that. I love this. This is fantastic. I like it because we talk tech and life and art at the same time. I love it. I
love it too.
Yeah,
I'm up for it anytime. So
I feel like I would stream all the time if I could. And it's so weird because I was so scared of it when we first started. I was absolutely terrified of it. Oh, I'm getting text messages from the family. What's going on? He probably wants to know what's going on. Let's see. There we go. Just got out of swimming and watching now. Go England, because that's what he says. To be honest, I don't care. I just care that my wife and my child are happy, and I want to know, at least be aware of what's going on with them. But also part of the fun is I only ever cheer for whoever's winning at the time. So, you know, I'm a complete and utter traitor to whatever country is losing, basically. So, you know. Dinosaur Dave is going to go back to designing more Lego fossils. If you want to see them as I go, I'll post them in your Discord. Oh, please do, Dinosaur Dave. That's great. Dinosaur Dave's doing all sorts of design stuff around dinosaur stuff. It's very cool. With your impromptu skills, public speaking is your forte. Thank you, Amy. Amy Kit 22, impromptu. I've got it. It's funny because I'm such a control freak. I want to know. I would much prefer to have a script, if that makes sense. I'd much rather. I want to know where I'm going. I love Google Earth because I can look at what is it called? The one where you can drop a pin and you can see where you're. What's it called? The Google. Basically, when I go somewhere, I want to do full intel. When I first started on Stargate, I tried taking the train. I got a car and I drove to the studio like the week before we started shooting. I was doing test runs to see how long it would take so that I knew where to go, where I parked, because I just wanted to take that out of the equation. I much prefer to know everything. And so when I thought about streaming live, it terrified me. Do you get nervous before you stream, Jack?
Not anymore. I used to when I started, but now it's sometimes still.
I still do.
Still,
I definitely still do.
But not as much as at the beginning, I think.
Yes, at first, I guess the biggest thing that I've learned, if I've learned one thing from streaming, it's not to be a control freak. Things go wrong. They always go wrong. I have now got to the point where I enjoy things going wrong because it's just like, whatever. There are some days, though, like there's been a couple of days where I've tried to start streaming and everything's gone wrong, and I've got into such a bad mood, and I've just gone like, you know what? I'm walking away. I'm not going to do it because there's no point in me streaming and being angry and grumpy and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So, you know. Well, look, I really, really hope we could do this again soon. I'm going to try to wrap up in time to start the game.
Yes.
Oh, that's an ADHD coping mechanism, apparently. Huh.
Oh.
That is interesting. Here's another thing that I am. It is very difficult to get me to book something in advance because my entire life has always been about like the phone rings back in the old days. And they'll say like, oh, you got to go do an audition or you got to go do a job or you got to do, so I'm always so reticent to sort of commit to anything. So, as a result, I feel like I have this almost like pathological reason, like desire not to lock myself into any kind of a date. So it's really weird. What am I looking at the bottom of the screen here, Jack? This
is what I will doing next. Now in my stream, it's pixel art.
That is beautiful.
Like a tile set for a little RPG. What I'm doing.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
And you can also walk in the game and play with me in this game because it's already online.
No, seriously?
Let's
get a damn link in there. We got to get in this thing.
Yes, on my stream there are instructions how you can. It's for free also.
All right. Well, then I will do the raid so that people can go and.
Thank you.
But Jack, if you wouldn't mind, can you send me something so that I could get in there as well? Because that would be fantastic.
Oh, absolutely!
I'll join you. I'll join you in there the next time we chat, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Don't be McKay when you stream. There's always a little bit of McKay in there. I can't help it a little bit. Thank you, Sarah Owen. I didn't know. I'm going to look that up about the ADHD coping mechanism because I have been diagnosed with ADHD very, very late in life and sort of haven't done much about it. I do there's some focus pills that I've started taking, which I've got to say, 80% of the time are absolutely fantastic. The other 20, they're a disaster. Absolute disaster. Well, they just mess with your mood, like just so badly. It's also an autism coping mechanism. Huh.
Oh.
Pancreatitis says that it's also... but then again, ADHD and autism are often interlinked. Oh, that's interesting. Meds changed my life. Complete turnaround. Oh, Sarah Owen. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I fought them for a long time, and now I'm well, I'm just giving it to them, basically. All right, the self-medication is over. I've decided to leave it up to the doctors now. So, Jack, dude, an absolute pleasure. I can't believe I have not made this more of a priority. I promise to remedy that in the future. So I'm going to drag this a little bigger while I say goodbye.
Yeah, it was really a pleasure talking to you.
And dude,
we didn't talk for a long time. It was great.
It has been a long time. I mean, and I got to say, as always, it's just, I'm in awe watching you actually do your stuff. Like it's like, oh, let's do this. And it's like, and it happens. You are like an AI artist. It's just like I chatter forth a prompt and then things start to, and it's so much better than I could ever even imagine. So thank you so much. All right, let's get this raid happening. Prepare to raid. And I'll try to pop in and say hi while I'm doing my due diligence on the game. JackJasra. Now, so if I just type in the /raid JackJasra, one word, no hyphens, no nothing, right?
/raid space JackJasra, yes.
Okay, you got it. Here it goes. All right, everyone. And then I will do my be safe, be kind, be brilliant, and until we geek again, cheerio and huzzah! And then then it'll say 46 red. Oh, look at this, 48. Look at that, 48 people, dude. Here we go. We're gonna raid now, everyone. I don't know who to vote for. It's like USA or England. I'm so torn. And then there's Canada. Like I'm like being torn in 3 different ways. You're tearing me apart. All right, I'm gonna go watch the game. Everyone, enjoy Jack's brilliance on his channel now. And yeah, pleasure. Here we go. The raid has begun. I'm always nervous to stop the stream too soon for fear that it's gonna like somehow screw up the. Here we go. Ready? So if I end the stream now, we should be good, right? Is that? Yeah.